you haven't watched or listened to uh, the other chapters, you can go back on our video series and review and listen to the earlier chapters. So the chapter 11 talks about taking care of yourself, the importance of self-care. Now, so in this chapter, as you know, this book has been co-authored by Dr. Cloud and Dr. Townsend. And so the last chapter, they argue that the self-care is essential for our physical, emotional, and mental health. Okay, self-care. So taking care of yourself physically, taking care of your emotions, and also taking care of your mind or mental health. Okay, that's extremely important. Now the author identifies they identify four areas of self-care. Okay, now how do you take these four areas: physical care, emotional care, well, yeah, so they identify four areas of your which involves your self-care. It talks about physical care. So what this physical care is, he says this includes eating healthy food, getting enough sleep, and exercising regularly. So what he says is the secret of your physical health are these three. If you take care of these three, what are these? Healthy food. That means what is healthy food? Again, you have to understand, healthy food is the food which is rich in nutrition, which is right from the nature. Okay, so how do you know which are unhealthy food? Are the food which are processed. That means you are taking it away from the nature and human beings are processing it. Okay, so you are frying it with something that is processed. If you are preserving, adding some preservatives and all, they are processed. So for example, as you know, let's say flour. Okay, now wheat flour, let's say. Okay, if you eat anything with the flour, so flour is processed, so that means, let's say, it comes from wheat. Now wheat is the source, that means that is from the nature, that came from the nature. And then what do we do is you process it. So we human beings, we process it to make it wheat. So that means that is a processing involved. Now there is further processing involved as well. From that flour, if you take all those you know you know healthy bits out. So that means you want to take out the brown bits. Okay, which is the most nutritious, and it gives you the most fiber. And you make, let's say, uh, white wheat, sorry, not white wheat, so white flour. So that means what it involves now is the flour as such. Okay, it was a whole grain kind of a flour. From whole grain, now you are further processing it to make it only you are eating the white flour. Okay, and that is kind of not healthy. Okay, that is dangerous. So if you go further processing as well, like you make something out of that white flour, let's say a pizza, that is again further processed. So if you understand this, we are going away from the nature and how the nature has given us, by processing the food ourselves and making it kind of a no more nutritious, but having a lot of um, foreign ingredients or outside. You are adding it with so much of additives that it's no more healthy. So that is about the healthy food. How do you know the food is healthy, what you are eating is healthy? Is when you understand in your mind try to think that whatever I'm eating, how much it has been processed from the nature, the way the nature has given to what I am eating. Okay, so better, the most nutrition you'll find on the food which is, from the nature itself. Okay, that's where they say steamed vegetables or or fruits, they are kind of healthy because the nutrition value is intact. Okay, it is the utmost level. All right. Right. So healthy food. Now getting enough sleep. Okay, let's get into that part as well. Sleeping is the process when our body, okay, every animal, even trees, they also sleep. Okay, the nature or God, whatever you believe in, the way the creation or all the creations have been created. As you see, everyone needs to sleep. Okay, and that is when you just switch off your kind of a brain and your body, both are switched off. Now this is the process where you are kind of a healing yourself. That is extremely essential for everyone. So getting enough sleep. Okay, now what is enough then? Okay, now for a baby, after let's say, after a baby is born, you see that baby hardly uh, you know hardly wakes up. All the time it wakes up, the baby is to be fed, and then it goes back to sleep. Okay, and then slowly, if you see the baby as it grows, and it tries to play, like to crawl, so that means the sleeping time reduces. Okay, however, still, for the growth of the baby, the sleeping is needed. Exactly the same way, as you grow older and older, the sleeping time reduces. Okay, so, but the way the nature has programmed it, sleeping, you will fall asleep really, you'll be feeling sleepy or you want to rest, is when you are tired. Okay, so that means when you are engaging your brain, that means your mind and your body, physically and mentally, you are active, you will take rest. So for the baby, they need more sleep because of their growth. Now for an adult, it's the growth has already happened. Okay, so the physical, and kind of your mind, hopefully. um, but physically you are already there, but mind always evolves, okay, if you try to. And that is where, when you engage, and you are doing your things, like you are solving problems and learning new things. And the more you engage your mind, the better it is for you, because your mind expands. You are kind of a you can avoid diseases like Alzheimer's in a later part of your life. On at the same time, you are kind of you're engaging your mind. That's why your mind gets tired as well. Okay, and then you need sleep. Okay, exactly the same way physical. If you are physically active, if you do exercising and running and doing all things which will make your body kind of tired, so you need sleep. So that is very extremely important, exercising and engaging your mind for your self growth, extremely essential for your well-being. Okay, as you live your life as an adult. So we discussed about then food, getting discussed about physical care of food, getting sleep, and exercising. Let's then discuss about the emotional care. The author talks about emotional care, which includes spending time with your loved ones. Okay, so that is emotional care. That means you have a family, spending time with the family. Okay, that means that you are connecting yourself with who you are emotionally attached to it. Okay, you are emotionally attached with your kids, your family members. So that means spending time with them. So doing things that you enjoy. For example, you like cooking. Okay, so then sometimes you may have to just take the time of go and cook something because you love cooking. Let's say you love reading, you know switching it off and picking up a book, relax, read for some time. So that is a these are called emotional cares. Okay, things that you enjoy doing. Okay, but again, enjoyment as well are two things. Okay, one is kind of creative. Okay, and another is non-creative. That means enjoyment can be like, you watch movie. I say, you may say that I love watching movie. That's good, but at least you love watching. But the thing here is, your mind is not engaged that time. So I would, it's always suggested as well that if you have anything creative where you're engaging your mind for thinking, okay, rather than just keeping your mind dull. Okay, when you are thinking, your mind expands. Okay, that is how the brain works. So that is the reason why you should always be engaging with something in you love in a creative way. So if you're doing something, you're creating something. Okay, that's what I was reading somewhere. It says that what is the objective of why we are here. Okay, so in this world, there is a question. I think that quest or that question is there in everyone's mind. Why are we here? Okay, and we are born one day, we will be gone one day. Why are you here on this earth? Okay, this question, if you ask yourself, and a lot of people over the years, they wanted to explore, or they wanted to find out what is that. So that's the why. Okay, why are you all here? But if you understand, I was reading somewhere, but it really I liked, or I uh, kind of agreed, with this video. I was watching this short YouTube video, but it tells about that. It says, is probably okay if you look at the evolution process of evolution. Okay, and you look back and you see a trend. Okay, from let's say, you know we if we believe in evolution, I think it's not a belief now, it's a scientifically proven fact. Okay, that you are not like someone who is dropped from the heaven, um, Adam and Eve, or a man and a lady, and that is how again they started, or and tiger and the tigress, they were kind of a dropped from heaven, and then they procreated, and then the family, the herd started. So if you go back to this evolution, you see, go back and see that. Okay, and you understand, it's proven that earth is not like the way it is now. Okay, so that means there was all water once upon a time, and then the ice caps developed, and then we have this continent developed. So that means everything goes back to the evolution. If you see, it goes back to the water. So that is where the the entire kind of a living living creature or the living cell got created. Okay, and from there, then over millions of years, as the temperature changed, and the earth's temperature changed, and this land mass has developed, then there are different kinds of animals were created. But if you see the entire process, that gives you enough clues for you to understand why are we here. And so in this entire process, if you see, this evolution, so we are trying from, let's say, a jellyfish to a human being, which is the kind of out of all the living beings. If you see, we are the humans are the most advanced and the most latest kind of a creation. Okay, So that means, if you see the trend, then when that in the process of evolution, there are so many, uh, creatures got created. Okay, but the objective is to get better and better, and to create someone. Okay, if you see, let's say a kind of a fish may not have any emotions. Okay, um, but if you move on to, let's say, a cow or a tiger. Okay, if you see, tiger has some emotion towards, or the tigress, towards their kind of a babies, that procreation, that means there is emotion there, that means they're able to have bits of emotion, but bit of thinking as well. Okay, not as much as we can think. That means we can imagine, we can dream. Probably, the animals, they can't dream. Okay, and their thinking is limited. So what we are doing in this process is, we are developing, or over millions of years we have developing to become more conscious. We are developing, to become, um, to developing to become someone, a living being which is able to think. Okay, now the thinking as well, if you see, our kind of, strive for excellence. Okay, is, every day we should, or the life's goal, or why are we here. It has to be clear that we are here because we want to develop ourselves, and every single day, to become a better person, to, become. If you see another thing as well, that physically, if you see the evolution process, you see physically, uh, you know the human beings are not as strong as chimpanzees, or the tiger or dinosaurs. Okay, what does that mean? So that means the evolution process, if you look at it, so mentally we are getting better and better, physically we are not. So that means, probably, okay, you tell me, what do you think? Probably uh, the objective of our creator is, to create a being. Okay, create, someone. Okay, and not is an not a kind of a ultimate goal, or this is when this is created as finished, because this will keep going. So that means the process of evolution is, still, going on now. Okay, so, for example, even in human beings as well, earlier, probably few thousand years, human beings were very big, tall, very strong, and now probably, we are not as strong as our forefathers. Okay, however, mentally, we are getting better and better. Okay, with the evolutions, if you see the what are the, innovations, and, inventions, what we are at the we are inventing now. So that means that better than what it was before. So that means mentally, the objective of us, developing, or we are here, is because probably, okay, to develop mentally, to become better mentally. That means better mentally means, to accomplish bigger and better things, stretch ourselves more, to become a better version of ourselves. So that is not only individually, but that is the objective of the entire human race. Okay, so that's about, we were discussing about intellectual care. That was, the author talks about, in the third point. Okay, so that means physical care, emotional care, intellectual care. So that means learning new things, challenging yourself, reading. Now this intellectual care is extremely essential for everyone to grow. Okay, and, on a daily basis we have to devote some time to, intellectually challenge ourselves, to intellectually learn, develop, whatever you are not comfortable with, mentally. So be engaged, so that, you again, so because there is no limit to our potential, but ourselves who put the limits. And the last the author says is about the spiritual care. Spiritual care, this includes connecting with your faith, okay, practicing meditation, okay, and prayers, and spending time in nature, okay. And that I find spending time with nature is his best spiritual care, because you are connecting with your creator, okay. I don't know if you believe in prayer or believe in rituals, that's whatever the faith you believe in, that may be good, but what I believe is rituals are again human made, man made. But I believe, okay, when you connect with the nature, just looking at the nature, a birds chirping or birds singing, you look at the bird, you admire the creation, you touch a tree, you right away connect, okay. There's no better feeling than connecting, I think, but anyways, everyone had their own thoughts, but that's what my thought was about. But the author also says the same thing: spiritual care, you can deeply meditate. Meditation is just looking inward, so you practice meditation. And if you want to learn about meditation techniques, because there are so many techniques of meditation as well, feel free to drop a message, and we can discuss, or we can have a session where we discuss about how do you meditate. And self-care, okay. That means, sorry, all these four domains are the self-care, but spending time with the nature is another very important point, he said. The author also talks about the prayer, so that means there is power in prayer, when you just shut yourself off from every other thing and every other distractions, and just get connected with your creation, with your sort of creator. That's where you have a tremendous kind of energy you develop, okay. And the author argues that it's important to take care of ourselves in all areas of self-care, okay. Not only one but all. We take care of ourselves. If when we take care of ourselves, we are better able to handle stress, to make good decisions, and to be productive, okay. So what the author talks about, it makes self-care a priority. Schedule time for self-care in your daily and weekly activity. Find activities that you enjoy. Do not force yourself to do things that you do not like, okay. That's another thing the author talks about. Be patient. It takes time to develop healthy habits, and get help if you need it, okay. And talk to the therapist, all right. Says that find support system, set realistic goals, and reward yourself when you reach your self-care goals, okay. And if you read, set yourself a target to read for half an hour a book. If you read half an hour, just reward yourself having a cup of coffee, or go to the nature, and spend some time, all right. Okay, hope it made sense to you guys. We will conclude here today, and we will catch you up soon for another new book for you.